Hi everyone, welcome to this video where we're going to be using the Komplete Kontrol's smart control features such as the scale and chord to add a set of pads into this techno beat. So here's our pad sound. So I'm going to use the transport controls just to stop playback for now. I'm going to mute this track, I'm going to move over to the other pad track which is exactly the same, and I'm just going to use this to demonstrate the different functions of the scale. So here we have the actual plugin itself. You can see we've got full control via all of these pages and rotary encoders, so we can completely manipulate and change the sound to suit our needs. To get into scale mode, all we have to do is press shift and scale, and then you can see it now loads up, or we can press shift and up and the up loads up. We can turn it on by pushing the scale button, and then we can also turn it on and off using the button above the screen. As soon as we go into scale mode and we choose a key, we can see how this changes on the light guide. So at the moment we're in D minor, and if we go down to easy mode, even though it's a D, because we're in easy mode, it's now going to be mapped from C to C using the 7 white notes. So D minor is now. However, if we change this to mapped mode or guide mode, then it's now going to be mapped from the D as the root note. And in guide mode, we can play the scale, but if we hit a wrong note, then it's going to allow us to play it. However, if we play mapped, no matter where we play, it's always going to be in key. We also have chord mode, and what people don't know is if we set this to chromatic and then we change the chord to harmonize, then it actually gives us all of the different chords. So if I play a note, you can see we've got octave, perfect fifth, fourth, major, suspended, diminished, trichord. We've literally got loads of different chords to choose from, and a lot of these just aren't accessible if you're in a different scale or mode. So there's plenty of different types of scales and temperaments and harmonies to choose from, but in this case I'm going to go for a simple triad chord and we'll go for G minor. We've also got this position which is currently on root, and this basically changes the inversions. So if I play a G here and then I go for the first inversion, then it's going to move the G up, then it's going to move the E up, then it's going to move the C up, and it's going to work its way up the keyboard. And we can also do that the other way, all the way down as well. And if we set this to auto, then it's going to figure out the best inversion depending on where we're playing and the next set of notes. So I'll set this back to how it was. So we just got a G minor triad, and what we're going to do is play something in either session view or arrangement view, and we can either overdub the automation or we can play it at the same time. So starting with session view, we've got the record button, we've got the metronome, and we also have the automation arm if we require it as well. So let's just play in a simple set of notes. We can then hit record again to stop the recording, and then we could automate this and overdub it simply by arming the record again. Go to the plugin, ensuring the automation is armed, and we can just twist away on these encoders and add that automation, and then we can just turn record off, and if we watch now on this second pass, we should now see this automation take place. And there we can see it there, the filter cut off moving, and should be able to hear that as well. Normally we then grab this clip and drag it into the arrangement, but we can also record into the arrangement straight from the Komplete Kontrol, so there's no need to drag it in like this. And if we look at the record button, this is actually a session record button on the controller. However, what we can do is we can actually just loop up a section of the track or the arrangement. I'm going to use this section here because I've already got a little bit of an auto filter breakdown built into this part. And then what we can do is we can set the loop brace, and we can turn the loop on and off via the controller from the loop button, and then we can build sections of our arrangement chunk by chunk using this and also automation. So let's record now. So now that we've recorded this into the arrangement, we can go and make any edits that we might need to. In this case, I'm just going to click on the clip and quantize it using the keyboard. And once that's been quantized, what I'm going to do is just duplicate this, and then we can think about overdubbing the arrangement and seeing how it's going to transition into the next part. To overdub into arrangement view is fairly simple. all we have to do is make sure that session record arm on the keyboard is not armed, so it's completely off, as you can see. And then we just have to go and turn on the arrangement record and make sure that the automation is armed on the keyboard. And then we're free to record into the arrangement and it won't affect the session view. We're now free to get both of our hands involved and automate all of the different encoders and the different pages, and it's just going to carry on looping around this section of the arrangement. And when we're ready to see how this then transitions into the next part of the arrangement, all we have to do is press the loop button to deactivate the loop brace.